Hi, Sally here, and I just completed my one little word project for 2023. I'm so excited. I love how my book turned out, and obviously my word was worthy, and so I just finished the cover. Love it. Cut things out on my Cricut. This is vinyl, and then 2 layers of cardstock for the word. Okay, so for this year, I decided to take every month a picture that I had taken at Disney World. I live in Florida and I go pretty much every week to Disney World, and I have the photo pass. And so anyway, this is my cover. I printed this vellum sheet and put the year, and then I put this crown so it looked like it was on my head through the vellum. And so this is my January picture. And I have these prompts filled out for the first month to just kind of see what I want for the year for my word. And I have this quote by Marianne Williamson about how we are actually pretty powerful. And this is from the mini kit, the quarterly mini kit, which I subscribed to this last year. So, and these elements are from the main kit. Anyway, so there's the prompts. Okay, so I printed these on cardstock. I just, and I made this one bigger. I wasn't happy with how it turned out though, because I had to really stretch myself and it looks kind of weird. But I printed this also on cardstock, so it makes it really hard to turn and it's too thick. Anyway, oh, and this is a Simple Stories Flipbook. So that was a little bit different for me. Okay, and then my intentions, and then I printed these on just copy paper, which I don't like how it's different, but I'm glad it's not so thick. Anyway, I was not too thrilled with how my January turned out, but that's okay. And then here so each month I just have my picture with the month card. And then I use this Simple Stories Bloom, the Simple Stories Full Bloom 6x8 pad. I don't know if you can still get it, but it's super cute. Okay, and then I just have a quote here. And then this month was, I can't remember the prompt, but I liked it. I thought of some words that would go with what I wanted for the year. And I used the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils, and then I stamped the letters in the same color as the pencil. And just used a few of Allie's embellishments. March, I had my daughter and son-in-law come, so I added a few pictures with them. And then I did some mixed media for the background on here that I wanted to try out. And this month's prompt was a conversation with my word. And so the butterfly, the cycle of the butterfly kind of went with that. And so I just did a flip out and put side by side, because that was the idea, to say what I say and what Worthy says. And so I just added a few pictures from that month that I felt went with my story. And then I made a pocket in the back to hold the full conversation I had with my word. And I left this blank because I was thinking of writing a poem. That was a idea that you could do, which I did not do, but that's okay. So here's April. And this was pictures from the month that represent your word. And so one day driving home from work, there was this beautiful rainbow that I could see almost my whole drive home, and I could see it clear to the ground, which I'd never seen before. And it was so cool. And so, but it did not show up very well in the photo. And so I stitched this with some floss and stamped my word. And then here's just a few other pictures and words. And then May, that's my sister. She comes quite a few times to visit me, which I love so much. And then this was to have a day of saying yes to your word. And so I spent that day at Epcot. And here's a few pictures. And then I added some journaling on some tags and put them behind the photos in a couple of spots. And here's another one right here. And so it was a super fun day, and I liked how this one turned out too. Okay, and then June was the kind of the mid-year check-in prompt, and so these were some quote cards that were in the kit, the mini kit, and so I just inked around the edges and added those here. And then instead of using the pages that are in the kit like these, I decided to use this paper that I got in the mini kit and write the prompts in these circles. And then on the back, I used the label paper to finish those prompts in here. So these are the words that are in the brush lettering are companion words. And then these are just like a few of the things I wanted to remember, and some things that I was having a hard time with, and then my action step. Then here's July, and the prompt was to make postcards. So one to your word and one from your word. And I had been playing around with my alcohol inks, and so I just glued them onto the postcards, and I was going to mail them, but that didn't happen. And so I just wrote who they were to for that one. And then here's August, and this was begin again was the prompt. And I did these on my Cricut, and I meant to make them smaller and just do it on one page, but I forgot to look at the size. But I actually like how it turned out, so I just scored them and then wrote a little bit of journaling on the back, so these just all flip up. And I like how it turned out, so it was a happy accident. And then September, I just put some worthy quotes on here. I wrote them on these tags and glued them on because the back of this paper was like a full page thing that I didn't want, but I wanted this paper, so that's what I did for that. And then the prompt was to practice something for the month. And so I chose meditation. I actually did this in December because July I got hung up on perfection. Like I was like, oh, I don't like this and I want to do it perfectly. Anyway, so I did not finish this. I actually finished from June or July on last week. So, and finished up yesterday. So anyway, this was for December, and I loved, I think it was Allie that used the hearts from the mini kit and then sewed through them. I loved how it looked, so I chose to do mine the same way. I wrote this with watercolor, and then here's how my practice went of meditation for December. And here's October. These pages were kind of small, so I added some tabs to turn. And the month prompt was to take photographs of good things in your life. And one of my favorite things right now is my little baby granddaughter, who was born in September. And here she is. I got her this cute little Mickey pumpkin trick-or-treat bucket that's teeny. Anyway, so I just took a picture of some good things that happened in October. And then I wrote what they were right there. And then I just stamped out this, believe there is good in the world and be the good. So I liked that. Thought it worked good with this little bee paper. And then November was, I think the prompt was, what else does your word want to tell you? Or something like that. And so I had all of these circles from the mini kit, which I really liked. And so there was some that had the words and the hearts and stuff. And then there was some plain ones. So I just used the clear sticker paper to put a few words that I felt went with my word. And then used some brads to make them spin up so you could read them underneath. I really am happy with how this turned out. I thought it was cute. And then I got also these fabric word, I guess labels? I don't know what you'd call them. Anyway, so I just used some embroidery floss and made little X's on there to keep them in place. I was very happy. I love this page. Super cute. And then on the back, I just wrote this quote out in watercolor. And I had this paper border, and I just watercolored that as well. And then December, I decided to find all the photos from my year of cool stuff that I was able to do throughout the year. So like I got to see Kool and the Gang. I got to meet quite a few YouTubers that I love to watch, and got to see the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda and crocodiles, and I got to have a new annual pass for Universal. My kids came, stuff like that. So I just had random, they are in no order or anything, just things that I really loved about the year. And it was pretty much just the wrap up of the year. So facts about my word and my feelings about my word. And then I love how this page turned out. Allie suggested that you could use these, again, were from the mini kit, to maybe, you know, write some things that you want to remember about your word. But there was like 1 through 10, and I was like, well, if I use some, then I'll have all these leftovers, and I hate leftovers. So I decided to sew them down, and then I made these cute little envelopes and wrote inside the envelope what things about Worthy that I wanted to remember. So, and then they just tuck back in. So the middle ones are a little hard to get out, but I mean, I don't know how often I'll actually get them out and read them, but I love how it looks. So cute. And so then I got more pictures of things throughout the year that just I was excited about, and made a few pages and just put them in the page protector. I just used a Sharpie to divide them, because I had, when I made the collage in Canva, I just butted them right up to each other, and it was kind of, they were getting lost. And so I just used a Sharpie and outlined them. So that is my book. I'm so happy with it. I just love it. And I am glad that I completed the project. I wanted to do it again for 2024, but I didn't want to sign up for it and not have finished 2023. So I made it a goal to finish up 2023 so I wouldn't feel bad for signing up for 2024. So I'm excited for 2024. My word for well, I guess now it is 2024, is shine. So I'm excited to move forward with that. And that does it. So thanks for watching. Bye.